Hi everyone. I just want to come on here because I just also want to create some content for this YouTube channel to keep it alive. I'm sitting here moving from one journal into another. It's a habit that I seem to be doing as a planner girl frequently. Like, it's impossible for me to stay in one planner from January to December. It's like, yoo-hoo, it's spring, so now something new must happen, so now I need to just slim down my planner profile or move to a completely new setup. So I just wanted to take you guys on that ride. I got 2 planner systems at the moment. This is like personal stuff, and during winter time I feel more encouraged to journal, and it's just an indoor nice activity, so I can carry 2 planner, one for personal stuff and everything like YouTube, fun things people have said, something that happened. It's not chores. This planner here is more like chores, so I cannot show you a page spread of it, but it's more like stuff that needs to be done, like things you check off, appointments and stuff like that. But I've come to a very special page spread that I want to share with you, and I'm sharing it hoping that it will make me feel accountable. It's this special page spread right here. Oh, I should talk about what my planner is currently in. It's important, if you watch planner videos, people always present the house. It's a Filofax Finsbury A5 in leather. And the reason why I want to move from this wonderful setup into just a generic spiral bound is that since I've been in this one here, it's been lying like this on my desk. Oops, I need to be careful about the pages. It's been lying like this flat on my desk, and I seem to never close it, so I just move it back and forth, and that has resulted in some scratching. So because I really love this planner here, I feel sad that I have got some scratch marks on the spine, and especially here where they connect the leather. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it's like the color of purple, it has been scratched off, and that made me go, ooh, I don't want that. So since I am apparently at the moment so rough with what's on my desk, and my desk is somehow a mess all the time, I want to move into this sort of hardback bound spiral planner where it doesn't matter if I were torn down the cover of it. Yeah, that was the presentation of the planner. This is the most important spread in this planner here, guys. This is this is no spend. I have this where is it, the pens that goes with this planner here. Of course it's purple because it's a purple Finsbury. One of the pens here are stuck in this pen loop over here, and the other one was sitting in this pen loop here. And then whenever I have a full day where I did not spend any money, I just take my acrylic marker and draw in that day. And I want to talk about this because I want to... Now it's getting like an athletic sport, because now March is already close to be over. So now I really would love not to shop at all throughout March, so I can... tap myself on the shoulder and say that, hey girl, you went 3 months without shopping. That's like a quarter of a year. I mean, that's worth celebrating, right? So that's also what happened when I exit January and February. What I'm writing down here is my wish list. So if you want to do this setup that I'm doing here, how it works is that you have a year at a glance, and then you have your wish list next to it. And then whenever you are deciding that there's something you really want, instead of buying it immediately, you write it down on your wish list, and then you give yourself some rules. And then my rule, I wrote it down here in Danish, was that going through January, I told myself I am allowed to shop, but not immediately. I should put my shopping either in the first week or in the last week of each month. and then I should go through my wish list and then get everything on my wish list at once. And the reason for this strange behavior is because, have you noticed, okay, I'm not mobile, you know, it's difficult for me to leave my house. So I don't go out in physical stores anymore. So I tend to shop on Amazon, and sometimes when I want something now, I need to fill out more items to get the free shipping. I know it sounds stupid. So my shopping behavior, if I want something with instant gratification, is that I often need to spend a certain amount of euros to just achieve the free shipping, which is so stupid, you know. So that's what's instigated this idea about collecting my shopping, so that I don't have these random things where I buy crap just to get the free shipping, but actually can collect enough items to like $1. And then it's also annoying for me to wait for my deliveries, because we had a lot of road construction on our road, so a lot of the big postal trucks, they could not for a long time enter and leave our street. So our delivery became super random, and then yeah, it's just nice to get like everything in one box, you know. So yeah, that's the idea going on here in January. But then we came to the end of January, and I was thinking, okay, now I'm allowed to shop, but couldn't it be cool to have like one whole month just in purple? So that's what's happening there, is that I wanted to see just a whole colored in month and move my shopping to February. But then in February, arrangements was made, and there was a lot of talk about meeting up with the Phipps in Paris. First they wanted to come here to Denmark, and then okay, I need to I don't know how to explain all of this. Okay, maybe I should start saying that I got sick 5 years ago. So to make a long story short, I am in a wheelchair. And it was just, I got a little bit overwhelmed about having guests. So I ended up telling CB and Sandra that I cannot imagine being a good host. So I actually offered them that they could, I would pay their hotel in Denmark, and then they could come to my house, and then they could leave my house and go to the hotel where everything would be sorted out, you know, they would be served breakfast and nice bedding and you know, like, it would take a lot of stress out of my shoulders. So I ferociously started to save up a lot of money in February to be able to pay for the hotel. And then suddenly everything got thrown up in the air, and then this idea that Patty and Pam were going to Paris, and then CB and Sandra should go to Denmark, and I was thinking like, oh my god, Paris in May, that's just like a dream come true. So I wanted to see if I could manage to meet them up in Paris. And since I was saving up money for the, you know, the hotels that they ended up saying that they would pay for anyway, but I was already saving up, so I was thinking, okay, now I really had to buckle up and save money for that Paris trip. So that's why I deliberately had no spend in February. That was like calculated, you know, also carried into March. Yeah, so that month I just wanted to see a blank month. This month I had to not spend, also most of March. And now I feel that I do not want to spend in March, because I want that first quarter of the year to be a no-spend quarter. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about, how things just develop, you know, because of things that happens. So, but back to the wish list. I wrote down my wish list here, and I have to say, when you write things down and you want to postpone it, suddenly when you get an opening to actually allow yourself to get the items, they are not that important anymore. If you see what I have on my wish list, I got like a gold watercolor tube that I didn't get. I got some, I'm out of decoupage glue, which is matte medium, but it's not important because I actually have, matte medium from Liquitex. So yeah, and then Pan Pastel released some new colors, but it's not important for me to get them because I can mix with my Pan Pastels as they are now. So I looked at the new colors and I was thinking, I can mix them myself, so why would I need a whole pan of it? And those pan, you know, they last so long. So yeah, I just passed those. And this, I'm so proud about this one. I scratched out a watercolor wooden palette from Verbunium because I realized after watching another review that the paint inside is the same as the Himi watercolor paint, and I don't need that watercolor paint in my stash. So for the first time, I actually scratched out a thing that I was certain that I was gonna buy, because I am a watercolor collector, and it was a box made out of wood, and it came with a faux Raphael squirrel brush. So just those two items, you know, wooden box, faux Raphael, and then also in plastic something that looks like a ceramic mixing tray in the lid, but it was in hard plastic. So it checked off a lot of boxes at the Want Monsters office, but I kind of am so proud that I just crossed it out. Then I'm out of white gesso, but I got almost a gallon of clear gesso. And when I needed some colored gesso, I found it very likable that I could actually color in my gesso whatever my heart's desire, because I'm starting out with a clear gesso. So guys, I don't even think that I in the future would repurpose white gesso again, because first of all, the price, I don't know if it's just here in Europe, but I bought a gallon of clear gesso and it costs just as much as half a gallon of white gesso. And I think it's because in the white gesso there is a little bit more product in it. There is, for instance, the white acrylic paint. So I was just thinking, why the hell don't I just continue using clear gesso and then color it in what color I want it to be? Yeah, so yeah, and down here is a 150 Crayola crayon box. It's like a desk holder, and I thought it was interesting because I got 84 new 2 colors, and then I got some scribble sticks from Diane Weekly and also some aqua pastels from Jane Davenport. And that Crayola box desk looks like a Lazy Susie, but I don't think that it can turn. But it's like a desk holder that holds 150 crayons, and the height of the holder is perfect for if you have used up half of a crayon, it would still show up. So it's just the perfect storage for a small crayon. But I'm still pondering about it, because the downside of this purchase here is that I'm only after the container. So what the hell am I gonna do with the 150 Crayola wax crayons after I unboxed it and switch over to the desk setting that I am imagining? So that's what's holding me back, because 150 Crayola wax crayon in my stash would just be picking up dust. Yeah. But okay, I wanted to share this because it helps me keep myself accountable. So in this planner here, I am now going to transfer over. I got a blank year, glance of the year. I'm going to transfer over with my acrylic marker and block in all the no spent days from this other planner here, and then see how far does it go. I mean, it's like a sport now, guys. You have to realize. Now I am intrigued. How far can I take a no spend? You might think that it's crazy, but I've actually done something similar before. And we are going back in 2022. This is my 2022. All the green one are no spend, And then what I did was that then when I spent money, I just wrote it in, and of course did not block out that day in green because I spent money. And then I actually wrote down just in keywords what I shopped. So I can kind of see what I got, and it's almost like the same, like here, matte medium, clear gesso. That's where I got my clear gesso. And this is some wax crayons. I think this is actually my Neocolor 2 set. Yeah, and this is an easel that I bought, so it was a little bit expensive. So yeah, it works, you know. So if you are on a low spend project, I think you should try this setup where you color in with colors that shows you how many days that you actually went in a row with no spend. Because I remember this streak over here. Can you see how many days I went without spending? It becomes a little bit of a sport, you know, like how many days can you just ignore it? Yeah, okay. But yeah, this is a different kind of planner. That year I was painting a day instead of writing. You know, usually when you have a planner, there's a lot of text. But instead of text, I was experimenting in this planner here with just painting a day. And I have to say, it is so fun to look at now because I don't need to read a lot. I can just look at all these pictures, and all of them opens up a memory in my head. So this is my quilt, my star-shaped quilt that I quilted finished. And just looking at the image of it, I know exactly what it is. I don't need to write what it is. You know, like, so if you're trying these where you are like, oh yeah, here I got that infamous, it's a treadmill because I need to train up my ability to walk better, but there's like no hope. So I remember that. Oh, was that already in 2022? Yeah, okay. Oh my god, time just flew, right? Yeah, now I am now I'm in a wheelchair. I also think that I want to talk a little bit about why I'm not going to Paris, because you probably have heard that I should have met up with Patty and Sandra and CB and Pam in Paris, and I ran into a lot of issues because I am in a wheelchair. So I had to just cancel that trip. It's just not gonna happen. I just can't imagine, and it's so stupid, my issue. Okay, let me first film the chair that I'm my house chair. Okay, this is what I call my house chair, and it's manual, and look at the tiny wheels. It's perfect for the mall or indoor with flat tile floors. And then it's manual, so I have to push it myself, and it's okay. The wheels are very hard, so if I use this outside on the pavement, it's gonna be very bumpy and hard for my back because there is like no air in this. It's just clear rubber, but it folds back. You can fold it up, and it takes up less space, which is super nice. Out there in the garden is my outdoor chair. Okay, let me see if I can close that door so you can see it better. Oh my god, why is it so difficult for me to film this? Now you probably cannot hear me. But look at the back wheel of the chair, how detailed the electronic is and how fragile it looks. Sorry for the bad footage. I hated myself, I'm sorry. But look at the handle. Can you see that there is a controller where I push it back and forth? It's in the armrest chair, or armrest. But yeah, sorry for the bad footage. But what I want to say is that I I have no high hopes for taking my electric wheelchair with me to Paris, because it turned out to be quite a hassle to take it with me on an airplane. First of all, it's got a lithium battery that cannot be separated from the chair, so there are not many planes that can take that chair, because lithium batteries are not allowed to go in the cargo. And then the chair need to be in the cabin, you know, and because it have a lithium battery, they don't like it to be in the cabin either. And then second of all, I don't know if you saw, I mean, there are so many parts that can be broken. Oh no, this is so opaque that I'm covering the dates. I think I'll just cover in half of this, so I still can see the date of the month. Okay, but back to, it was so hard for me to plan out how am I gonna get to Paris with my electric chair. All of the flight companies were very outspoken about, do make an insurance, you know, like make the chair be covered by insurance, because they're gonna treat the chair just as they treat suitcases. And if you read between the lines, what they're telling you there is actually that they're gonna throw that chair in the cargo. Somehow they're gonna be rough on that chair. So most of the airplane companies said that I need to either find a box where the chair can be in, or I should, with gaffer tape on all the parts that can move, you know, and they're thinking like the small wheels and everything. But did you see the back of my chair where the battery is located? I mean, and then also, what happens if they throw and they destroy that manual controller that I have to run the chair? I would be freaking screwed, you know. So out of fear, I kind of wrote to Sandra that I'm sorry, I cannot meet you guys in Paris, because I honestly don't know how I'm gonna get there safely with my wheelchair, and I am so dependent on that chair, so I just can't risk it. I thought it would not be an issue, because I'm not the only person in an electric chair, so there are like thousands of me in my situation. So of course the airlines companies must have figured out something clever, you know. But apparently every company that I spoke with, and most of them had really bad customer service, because I did not yet buy a ticket. So I was mostly encountered by a bot, you know, like like an AI customer service bot, which was horrible. I'm telling you, horrible, just horrible. You need to speak with a person in a situation like this. So yeah, it was just, I gave up. I honestly gave up. And I also think that I got the wrong chair, because my electric chair is not like my house chair that's super foldable. The house chair is super foldable and can be just tossed into the back of a car, or, you know, I got this special bike with 3 wheels, so I can put my wheelchair up in the, yeah, I got a special bike. Should I show the bike also? No, I can maybe just draw the bike. I got this bike that most disabled people have, where there is this box in the front, and then there is like 3 wheels, and then you can open this lid and it comes down like this, and then you can roll in your wheelchair. So you can actually bicycle to the mall, and then you can take out your wheelchair and then get in that and then go visit the mall, and then when you come out of the mall, your chair and what you bought can be in this box, and then you just bicycle home. And that's been so good for me, because I am able to walk a little bit with support so the handles of the wheelchairs is giving me some small support, but I'm not able to walk like a normal person any longer. And it's been like that for a very long time. And last year was the first time that I had the courage to leave my house and then go on a vacation, and we went to Sweden, and I was so proud of myself because that was the first vacation in back then 4 years where I for 4 years was super isolated, thinking like, oh my god, I'm so disabled, I cannot leave my house. And it was so easy for me to drift into being a hermit, because if you count back, it was like COVID time. So in 2020 it was not unusual for people to just stay home. So it was so easy for me to just cover up for everybody that I am not leaving my house. So, but I got so much boost of energy last year when I went to Sweden, because, okay, now we're getting really personal here. I sort of had a depression in 2023. I look back now and I can see that I was depressed for more than 8 months. And I had this, I think it happens to a lot of people in my situation, where you come from a very active life into a non-active life. And back in 2023, I still have vivid memories of when we bought this house and I was running. 3 times a week I was running, and I especially ran in the weekend because my son's school was closed in the weekend, and they have this rubber track, you know, like an athletic ring, a track ring, running ring, what is it called in English? So twice a week in the weekdays I was running in the park, and then I was always looking forward for the weekend, because then the kids from the school were not in school. So I climbed the fence and ran on the tracks, and it was my my joy, you know. I was always looking forward to it, and I ran in rain and snow, and it was just so, it's just so fun to run on that rubber when you're used to running on pavement. So I remember in 2023 I had to realize that that is not coming back. So I went into a depression where I felt that I am helpless, and I depend so much on my family and people around me just to get through a day, and everything is a hassle, and you know, just taking a shower and just in generally just waking up, you know, from getting from your bed into the chair, into the bathroom, and then out in the kitchen, feed the cat, and then back in the bathroom, taking a shower, and you know, everything is like a one big chore. All the things that I just did without thinking about it is now suddenly a chore, you know. So I had this downward curve, like, ooh, you know, like it was not fun to be alive, and what am I doing here, and can I do this for the rest of my life, was the big question in 2023. So I really had some dark month there. So 2024 was such a great experience to go to Sweden, experiencing traveling in a wheelchair with public transportation, like trains, and just the fact, you know, I had my family with me, Lars and my son. Just the fact that I was able to be hoisted into a canoe, and I was canoeing, and I was also helped. There was this bridge out into a lake, so I could be held into the water, and I was swimming in the Swedish fjord, and I remember swimming down there thinking like, life is possible. I mean, look at me, I am out of the chair swimming in a Swedish lake. Life is possible. Just say yes to things and then deal with it, because that's what I felt about the Swedish trip, that I just said yes to it and then had to just deal with whatever happened on that trip. So I was feeling that the trip to France would give me the same kick, You know, like, oh my God, can you imagine traveling alone in a wheelchair to France, making it back? What a boost it would be for my mentality. Like, we're talking about the ultimate boost about being dependent only on myself, you know, like really giving me the motivation to, you can do this, you know, like I can just do that. It would be like setting a mental goal. I don't know. I'm rambling. Yeah, but I'm trying to put words on why I'm also sad that this trip to Paris is not gonna happen, because I actually was feeling that it mentally could give me something I could learn from, that could, if I'm ever in a hard situation. Right now I'm thinking back at, yeah, this sucks, but you know what, you went to Sweden, you went canoeing, you were swimming, and it kind of motivates me to, so this is not hard, you know. But imagine being able to say, yeah, this sucks now, but you went to Paris and you took care of yourself for 5 days all alone, and you did it, you know. So I had a hidden agenda of saying yes to that trip, I have to admit. But it's funny how, you know, how I feel that going to Paris was something I had to say yes to and then just deal with it. But having guests over was like, no, I can't. Isn't it crazy how obstacles, if you measure them out, yeah, I don't know how the brain works. Yeah, it's just, I cannot put words on it. It's something about fear of living up to the Joneses, you know, because usually I see myself as a very good host and would like to do a lot on the cooking side, you know, like serving afternoon tea with home-baked pies, and you know, there's a lot of things that I would call a standard that it's difficult to live up to now, where my situation has completely flipped and changed. So I guess that was also some of the fear that I had. Like, I still got very good memories of what kind of a host I was before and what I am able to do now, and how much I would depend on, once again, my family. You know? I feel I am pulling out huge credits, but they're still here, I'm still here, so it's also about taking a deep breath and thinking that one day at a time, and sometimes life throws you a curved ball. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about life-inspiring quotes, because having that depression in 2023 really was a big slap in the neck. So even the most positive person can get hit with a black hole, and then I try to disclose it because I'm a very private person, so I don't even know why I'm coming out with all of this here on YouTube, but I guess it's also me coming out with a reason why I am not going to Paris. And for those of you who follow me on Facebook, you will notice that there's not a single picture of me and my disability on Facebook, and not a single post about it. I have been very private about it. So unfortunately, it's kind of a shock for people. Like, I remember when New Year's Eve we were invited, and then I said no, because I could not imagine myself going out mingling, you know. And it was so hard for me to say that I cannot come because I'm gonna come in a wheelchair, that I lied. And then I found out a faux reason for why we couldn't come. And I don't want to be that person anymore, hiding it or lying about it. And I think I lied in the beginning because I was feeling hope that things could still maybe miraculously be through surgery or something, or a miraculous medicine, go back to normal, but I am there now in my life where I realize that I am never going back to where it was before, so I might as well just speak about it. There, it's out. The cat is out of the bag. Yeah. Yeah, so that also explains, I get a lot of questions about, oh my God, Lena, how can you manage drawing so much? Now you know, I'm sitting on my freaking bum all day. So that's the secret. And we can also venture into a talk about how this creative life gives me content. So, wow, imagine taking that away. Then there's only what's left, Netflix. You need to find things to be grateful for every day. And still, I don't want to be that person coming with all those live, laugh, love quotes about happiness in life and comes with motivation sentences, because I know how they punch you like a punch in the stomach if you are in a bad place. That's the last thing you want to hear when you're in a bad place. Bump into this happy-go-lucky fool just saying, live, love, laugh, you know, life is a treasure, you know. That's the last thing you want to hear, because it's just going to push you even further down. So I don't want to be that kind of person sharing that kind of things in my channel. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. For the rest of you, you might think that, oh, that was a very negative talk, but no, I'm keeping it honest. But yeah, it's, yeah, I just wanted to share that. Maybe I should paint a little bit. So I shared this Arteza journal earlier. I painted this. I didn't mean this to turn into some sort of a statue journal, but I guess that's kind of the vibe so far. After painting this, I made this one here. And then right now I'm working on this page spread where it's not a black background, so I'm able to give a kind of a darker silhouette as his shade. So look at the difference between black background and then a semi-black. And then my plan is now to, I got yellow over here, so I want to make this statue in that yellow so that the pages are somewhat cohesive. I don't know, let's see how that looks. I did not intend this to turn out into a sculpture journal, but I kind of like painting sculptures, because it takes off a lot of pressure of making skin tone when you are working with basically just the dark and the bright values, and it gives you the opportunity to play with unusual colors that turns out to be very luminous. You know that the teal is giving some luminosity to the face, I think. So yeah, that's... Yeah, I don't really have a plan with this. Yeah, and then I needed an eraser. I couldn't find one. I have found one after, but I found this one. It's for big mistakes, I guess. And then because this is a new sketchbook, I put it on the back here. Yeah, so that's what's going on. Okay, I want to color in with that yellow color there. I think I want to try and approach it differently by just wetting down the whole area, because I painted this with water-soluble graphite from Derwent. I sketched it up with this, what is it called, mountain gray. So it's a grayish water-soluble sketch line. So my plan is to drag out some of that gray to give some value, so we get sort of the grisaille effect, where some of the areas are gonna be in this gray tone here. It's gonna help me when I come on top of it with more colors, that partial areas in this face is already toned with a little bit, so it gives me a little bit of guideline, you could say. maybe you cannot see it on the camera, but I can very clearly see where the color shift has happened on the page. So that's gonna help me going forward here. Yeah, that's enough. Let's come in with some color. But okay, now we're talking, now I have been talking a lot about, you know, the wheelchair thing. I want to share something with you guys that you might not think about, but because I have been out in public with my wheelchair, I have had some really weird experiences that I want to share with you guys here, because normally I don't think that you hear people talk about these things. You know what's the worst thing that I can encounter when I'm rolling down the pavement to my destination? That's actually a mom with a stroller. Can you believe it? A mom with a stroller. It's like running like chicken. You know, is it called chicken, where who is gonna step aside first from the pavement? And 9 out of 10, the woman with the stroller will not back off and give me space to pass her. And I cannot understand why. That was the last person on earth I could imagine would not be helpful to humans. But what's going on is that I need to sketch this out, because this is so crazy. Like, here is the pavement, and this is like a bush or something, and this is the road where the car is. So here is is it called a curb? And these curbs can be rather tall, you know. I always choose the pavement where I am going in the direction of the traffic, because I kind of feel that then the pedestrians will figure out that I am going and I'm staying on this side of the pavement. But when you encounter a woman with a stroller, she's doing the same. And when she's doing that, she's kind of signaling to me that I have to go this way so she can pass, because I cannot like an action film just go up over here sideways. You know, I know it's an electric car, but I cannot hover with it, you know. And my issue is that if the pavement area is not wide enough for the both of us to pass each other, often the woman with the stroller is assuming that I can go with one wheel set on the car road down and then back up, and I can't. And I tell you what, can you imagine sitting in a chair, just a regular chair, and somebody flips it just the height of a curb? How uncomfortable it feels when your inner balance, you feel that you're gonna trip. Like it's so scary. It's so scary, I tell you. And the way that the wheelchair is bumping out of curbs is also super scary, because you got that sudden shift, you know. So it's very scary experience for me having to do that maneuver. And then what I often do if I get pushed like that, and it has happened a lot, is that I completely roll out on the whole on the road, and then I need to roll until there is a natural indent in the curve. For instance, if there is a road where cars can come out, there is this indent where they remove the curve so I can get back up on the pavement. Oh my God, that's the worst, you know. That's the worst, encountering a woman with a stroller on the pavement. And usually you try to get eye contact, you know, like when you're starting this chicken run here, the best thing is to get an eye contact. Usually I cannot get an eye contact, and you want to know why? Because they're constantly on their mobile phone, either looking at the mobile phone or speaking on the phone, and I'm thinking, who the hell are they talking with? And then I've come to the assumption that they're talking with other moms, because it's impossible that moms can have so many friends they can call during day, where ordinary people are at work, you know. But it is astonishing how many females who are pushing a stroller are preoccupied with their mobile phone and do not pay attention to obstacles like me, you know, on the pavement. That is like the worst. So I don't know if you're ever gonna be a person who is pushing a stroller. Just know that there is this fear, especially among people who are in a wheelchair, that you do not lock eyes with them and kind of show with your body that you're the one who's gonna like how are you guys gonna pass each other on this pavement? But you know, it's small things like that that can really push me off the edge and ruin my day, you know, if I had one of those really scary experiences. That's like the worst. But then there's also positive things that I never could have predicted. And let's say I'm taking the train. I'm getting better at taking the train myself into town. And the only hard thing about taking the train is that I need some sort of help sometimes to get into the train. And I really depend on, if I'm alone, that somebody is helping me. And now comes the thing that really surprised me the most. You know, when you're in a train station, the most helpful people are the ones that looks like thugs. You know, that young person with a hoodie looking like a thug, and you're thinking, oh my god, he's gonna mug me. You know, the person that you're afraid of. That is 100% the only person who will help you. I don't understand why. But I have a theory, and my theory is that this thug, this young person, kind of realized that, hey, you know what, none of us is getting in before that fat lady in the chair has come in, so I might as well just help her in and then get things moving. You know, they have that kind of mentality. Normal people like house dads, or, you know, I often try and put myself in a place where there are some males, because I don't know, I just feel that, hey, they're a man, you know, they got muscles, they can help me in. Most, like, I want to call them panda male, like you know, the panda, you know, the casual family man, or even like a business suit men. They just wait for others to do something. So the worst thing you can do is to roll up to a cluster of these panda guys. Because if there are like 5 of them, none of them is going to help you. Because all of them think that the other one is going to help you. So it's best to roll up to that single thug and then place yourself. And then you just know that he's going to help you. And also the approach. A thug, he will tell you what he's doing and not asking. So if I'm getting in a situation where I need help, a thug is most likely gonna say, ma'am, I'm gonna push here, okay? And then they're doing it. But ordinary people will ask you first. They were like, do you need any help? You know, start a conversation. You need any help? I can do like this. Is it okay? You know, questions, which I'm the kind of person who gets embarrassed because I feel that I am getting in the way of someone's day. You know, I feel, yeah, I think there are a different kind of personalities when it comes to people who are disabled, but I'm in the category of getting super embarrassed about being in trouble and depending on other people because I feel it's not their problem, you know. So yeah, it's difficult to put words on it, but I just really love those straight on people who are just coming with a solution fast, saying, I am gonna do that, instead of asking me, is it okay that and then starting a conversation. Because yeah, but isn't it crazy that a mom with a stroller is my worst enemy when I'm out and about? Who would have thought that? But it gives food to thought. Is it called that? Like, yeah, it just gives you something to ponder about. That sometimes these young men looking super scary is the first one to help you out. That's I just want to put it out there, because sometimes there are this stigma in our society where we feel intimidated by the look of some of the young people, and I think it's a fashion thing. They dress the way they do because it's sort of in style, you know, to wear these sweatpants and hoodies. It's sort of a fashion style, but it signals something that makes us think that they have a certain behavior that might not be true. Because they, for me, tend to be the most reliable people that I can go to when I'm in trouble outside, which is something that I would never have thought of earlier, because I have earlier viewed them as potential criminals or somebody who's gonna mug me or something. But oh my god, that is so weird. I also love the way that they are giving you attention. Like, if some guy helps me into the elevator, there's this awkward silence in the elevator, and it's so cool for me because I don't want to chat with people, because, like I said, I feel humiliated in the situation. And then we get out of the elevator, and it's just natural for that same guy to help me out, because some elevators got these metal, oh, I'm so bad at this with English words. You know, the doorstep in the elevators sometimes catches my wheels in my wheelchair, so it can spin the back wheels. So I kind of need that extra little push. But it's just every time a thug has helped me into the elevator, I know he's gonna help me out. I don't even need to lock eyes with him or anything. It's just given, you know, like he's thinking that. And once again, I feel that it's not because he's feeling that, oh, he's doing a good deed. No, for him it's practical. Like, he's not getting out before I'm getting out, you know. So he might as well just help me out, and then we can all move on with our day. That's how I kind of analyze it. But I'm just talking about these things because apparently this stream right here is gonna be about this, and then I promise I won't return to this topic again. Yeah. I'm thinking about getting another tone into this. It's yellow, it's that yellow, yeah, but it's like I'm missing a deeper tone. So now I'm thinking, should I go with a darker? Let's see, what are my options up here? Oh, this is a Jane Davenport Euphoria paint set. There's a lot of fun colors in this. It's a good travel size for those who travel, right? And as we know, I travel a lot. Oh my god. Which is really weird. Like, I am still hooked on travel kits from watercolor, and especially, look, I bought this oh, where is it? Okay, I gotta go get it. Just a second. This is a cool attachment that you can get to a wheelchair. You put it on, strap it on the side of the armchair, and then you can have your water bottle in this pocket here. But look at this pocket. You can actually just slide in a watercolor palette. Isn't it cool? And then there is this compartment in the back where you can have a sketchbook or whatnot. So yeah, I hope this summer, now weather is getting a lot better here in Denmark, to be able to roll down to the park and then try out this. And I'm not gonna lie, the most fun part is going to put accessories into this. It's like a chair bag. But maybe if you guys have an office chair with armrest, I think you can also somehow strap it on that office chair, because these Velcro strips are removable. I'm just putting it out there because a lot of you guys like to do like art on the couch, or what it's called. And if you look in the wheelchair accessory department on Amazon, you can find attachments like these that may work for an office chair or whatnot. So yeah, it's just yeah, what a crazy thing to enable. I just wanted to share it because I think that I'm gonna enjoy setting this up with stuff and then go outside and paint. But back to this, I don't know, I just feel that I want to gray up that yellow color so it becomes a little bit more darker. So I was thinking about the brown tones. See if I can mix up a darker hue. The fun thing about statue and hairstyle is that it's like swirls. So most hair on the statues is basically just an artificial swirl, but it makes it more easy to make hair. And you guys know me, I really dislike painting hair on all my stuff. Yeah, but the trick with these statue paintings is that I don't really spend a lot of time doing them. So I just kind of like that loose style of just adding in the values. And I think because you're working with almost like a monochromatic style, you could say, it takes off the pressure of mixing skin tone. So I still think it's worth it to sit and paint these statues, because it's all about value suddenly and not so much about color. But yeah, I'm just gonna do this quickly. I think I want to end now. I think my stream, my video has been a little bit too long. So. Yeah, I think I'm gonna peel off the tape. But yeah, thank you for watching. I wish you a nice weekend, and I hope that you guys, like we are here in Denmark, soon getting a lot of spring nice weather. We got a sunny but a little bit cold blowing day today with a, is it called a windy day? But it's looking bright outside, so hopefully every day from now on will be a day closer to spring. Okay, thanks for watching. Wish you a nice one. Bye bye.